to Tyranny and Stories channel, where today I think I'm going to move this candle up over here. Oh, I think that would be really pretty. Yeah, we're going to put the candle not that close there. Put it right there. This is a, I think it's vanilla grapefruit. It's a candle I got from Aldi's because that's where I get all of my candles, if I'm honest. They're Big Lots because those are the places I shop the most. Anyways, I do this every video. I go off on a tangent. Welcome to another video. Two journals I have in front of me are my writing journals that I've had from, oh man, this one's probably like 2019 maybe. This is the first journal I used because Amazon sent me the wrong journal, but then they refunded me for it and sent me the right one, which I have over here as my business journal. But they still sent me this one anyways, and I was like, okay, well, I have an extra bullet journal now. This is before I have used 5 bullet journals now to do writing. So this one, you'll see that it's a little bit skinnier than a regular bullet journal. Like here, it's a little bit skinnier. So I thought it would be good for writing, but so we'll just get right into it. So here we have, can I zoom y'all in or anything? Let me see here if I can. There we go. That's probably a little better. So on these first 2 pages here, we have the writing quote or reading quote that's my favorite, and then I had it here first, and then my name is there. But the quote is, when reading, we don't fall in love with the character's appearance. We fall in love with their words, their thoughts, and their hearts. We fall in love with their souls. Because when you're reading, you come up with what you think the character is on your own, and this quote really just helps me with my writing all the time. I tried to do a little doodle down here and it didn't work. So here on the first page we have my table of contents with things that I was working on at the time. I was working on version 1 of my story and then version 2, and that's actually all I ended up doing in this notebook. Because I decided to get a new notebook after I was getting into like Preptober and stuff like that. So that was Preptober for 2020, I think. So these are my characters. I put some really pretty washi tape at the top, made a lovely little header, and then I put everybody's names and stuff and just like their stories and whatnot. And then character name changes I wanted to do later. And then this is the basic outline for my story. I wrote the section, the word count, who's telling it, and stuff like that. Because before, I had only had 2 characters' point of views. They were actually different, they were named differently too. The first character was Jay, and that was the protagonist, and Hella was the other character, because she makes the joke, because she's a hella cool human. I have since omitted that, and changed their names to Xander and Celine, because I feel like they work a little bit better. And then I highlighted some things I wanted to remember for later. I don't do that very often though. And then we just keep writing sections here. And I got up to 41 before I did 1-sentence summaries of each chapter. And then I wrote this quote going into kind of a new era of my novel. So this one says, step into a scene and let it drip from your fingertips. Another quote that I love quite a lot because that's what you do when you write. You want to step into the scene, feel like you're there, and then let the story kind of drip from your fingertips as you type. And then these are my writing milestones. The first time I wrote this, I got to about 81,000 words. Nowadays, looking at it now, I think I'm going to get way past 100,000. I think I'm probably going to get closer to 150 because I added 2 more characters' point of view. So I have the good guys and the bad guys. They both have 2 points of view because there's 2 different stories happening on each side that kind of intertwine. And then all 4 stories kind of come together too. And oh, it's just insane how this whole thing is working, but I'm enjoying writing this story. So this is the goals for draft 2 that I had. Get to 50,000 words, rewriting it, plot and finish the ending, get to know my characters better, and get a better idea of where the story is going for the next novel. Because this was before I knew I was going to make at least 5 novel series, if not more. So those were my goals at the time. And then this is the Preptober table of contents I made because on the next page, we start getting into my Preptober stuff. So this is creating complex, believable characters. I don't know. I don't know why I'm pointing like the notebooks over there. I don't know if I ended up putting the this into this book, but I did kind of use that to help me write my characters. And I made character questionnaires for each character. There's a lot of things on them I didn't finish though that I didn't really care about. And then I made one for Celine. I think I made one for... And then I made a smaller one, so their favorite thing about the protagonist, the similarities and the differences from them for each of the, like, not so important characters. And Damien has a full questionnaire. And then these are just other characters. There's a lot of characters. And then I asked the 3 big character questions that are very important for, I think, starting a novel and kind of good to reassess as you go through a series of novels. So the first question is, what does your main character want more than anything in the world? So you kind of write about that. And then the second one is, what do they need to grow as a person? Not necessarily the same thing as what they want. And then the third question is, what major flaws or internal problems and obstacles, external problems, will stand in their way? So I answered these questions. I actually have a Word document that I keep a lot of my notes on as well for when I'm on the go and whatnot, and I don't have my notebook with me, and I went into so much more. I think each of these took like almost a page of writing to write about, you know, all of these things. And then the next couple pages are the mega brainstorm of scene ideas, which didn't really end up working for me because then you're supposed to sort them out into beginning, middle, and end. I just wasn't really feeling it, so I didn't do that one. And then you do the grand list of scene ideas in order, like completely in order, up to, I think, this one has 56. And then this is a part that I used for Project Red 1. When I was doing the second draft of this, I wanted to get a better idea of where the story started, where it was going, how it ends, all that. So I did a plot roller coaster, which has 6 sections. The setup, inciting incident, rising action, climax, falling action, and resolution. A lot of these things, unless it's like the beginning into the middle, into the rising action, a lot of it happens very quickly. So the climax, falling action, and resolution are probably the last, like, maybe 12 chapters, probably less than that, actually. And this helped me really, like I said, figure out where my story was going and how I wanted to end it, because I would always get up to rising action and get about halfway through the rising action, then be like, right, so what am I doing with my story now? Let's just start over and maybe I'll figure it out. And I've been doing that for 5 years now. And then there is a visual which shows each part, which this only has 5, which is weird. But this shows a visual of what it looks like. And then for Project Red 2, I started outlining it and stuff and all that. This is the 9-step plot dot. It looks like this when it's done. But this one has a little bit more detail than the plot roller coaster, and I told myself for each novel I write, I want to try a different way of outlining to see which ones work best for me, because, you know, I think it would be really cool, so we're going to do that. And so the idea is that there's 9 different steps to the whole novel. So we start in the ordinary world, starting with a lack of adventure, and then the inciting incident happens, which is the call to adventure. And then the first plot point is the point of no return. The first pinch point is their first, like, battle. And then the midpoint is the switch from victim to warrior. And then the second pinch point is another battle. The second plot point is the dark night of the soul, which at this point, everything the main character feared could happen has happened. They've just lost a battle, usually because of their flaw or lack of knowledge. And there have been serious consequences. They give up all hope until something forces them to change their mind, to have a revelation about themselves and their battle with this knowledge. They rise up from the ashes. What terrible things have happened? What does your main character do? What revelation do they have? And what new plans do they make? So that's just kind of an idea of like what this stuff up here is. I just kind of wrote what is supposed to be happening in this part of the novel. As you can see, I've only made it to there. I haven't done the final battle or the return to the ordinary world. But I'm hoping to get to that part eventually. And if you watched the video before this about how I plan to, you know, do my writing goals this year, this will make more sense and why I haven't finished this yet. And then on the next page, we have another one, which is the Save the Cat 3 acts 15 beat structure. So there's 15 different sections, and that's supposed to help you write your whole novel. And I wrote what they're supposed to be about, again, like I always do. And it's kind of long. But this one, it has the acts broken up into different ones, which Act 1 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then Act 2 is 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, and then Act 3 is only 3 of them. So they are 15 beats, but they are not equally dispersed. They're 5, 7, and 3. And they do go into a lot of detail of what you like should be writing and stuff, but this one will be for Project Red 3, and then for Project Red 4, I wanted to do this like in as much detail as possible. And on my Word document, I actually made this where these are. I wrote what each section is supposed to be about. So this is for Project Red 4. It's called the Cattytastics 3-act, 9-block, 27 chapter outline, which I would be amazed if I made a book with only 27 chapters. This one is probably going to be like 152 because it's going to be so long. But, yeah, so in each act there are blocks, and it tells you what's happening in each block. And then we're in Act 2, and then Act 3. And these ones are dispersed evenly, like there's 3 in each block, and there's 3 blocks in each act. So that's kind of cool. This is my word sprint tracker for NaNoWriMo in 2020. This is just kind of making my way through here. I kind of wanted to make it into this one, because you're supposed to like go up this way and then end here, because you started there. But, and then I didn't get to use my key either. But, it helps me keep track of how much I'm writing. So on the top is the minutes, and then underneath is how many words I wrote in those minutes. And these big ones are, or these big thick lines are where the day ended. So this day I did this many sprints. On this day I did this many sprints, you know, stuff like that. So that was really cool to use, but I just kind of fell off the wagon after a little while, like I do every NaNoWriMo, until the end where I'm scrambling to finish. But, the next page is my vampires' abilities and witch spells, because there are vampires and witches in this series. Trying to figure out who could do what in these novels. And then these are section summaries I made for when I was kind of getting back into it, and I wanted to have like a recap of what happened in each section. So if I was in section 10 and I needed to read 9 to know what happened before, even though it's a different character, it still helps to know what was going on. I wrote so many of these, and then I kind of stopped using them for a while. I wrote so many of them. Oh, there we go. And then this is where the book kind of ends, because I started a different one. And then if we go to the back here, this is the running list of quotes that I just hear in a day-to-day basis that I wanted to keep for characters in case I needed like inspiration for whatever scene I'm writing. And then here we have my word count tracker for, it looks like, this one looks like it was for April. And then it kind of spread into May, but I never ended up finished using it, so that's cool, I guess. And then this is my word count tracker for a specific day. What part of the day I'm writing. And then these are the milestones I was keeping up with at the time. I tried to do a 24-hour writing day from 11 to 11. I only made it until about midnight, it looks like. yeah, it looks like I made it to midnight, and then after that I just crashed and was like, nah, I'm good. And I only ended up writing 4,500 words almost that day, so I think I'm going to come back to that and try it again one of these days. And then on the back page here, I have some short story ideas that I have since moved to Dabble, and this book was really cool because it had a little pocket in it, but I never ended up using it, so that's the end of this book. Oh boy. It's gonna be a long video. This is the new book I've made. I believe this one I think I made it this year, so I have some stickers on here, and I swear I made a video about this already, but whatever. It's updated anyway, so I guess if I find the old video, I'll just use this one instead. So, this one I am using now, and I love it. It's by Poppin, which is a Staples brand, I believe. And it has this little, like, pen loop. So I have a pen in it right now that my cat has chewed on. But you can, like, fit a pen in here for when you're going places. And I love that so much. And my Papermate Inkjoy gel pens work perfectly. So if we open this up, we have, it's dark on the front instead of white like the other one was. So this is my writing notes. And then we open it up here, and then we have an index, and then my Project Red 1 kind of header, and then the same quote that I've been using. I need to update this thing, though, because I haven't... I put some more stuff in here since the last time, and then I kind of ripped the page when I was erasing it last time. That's okay. These pages are kind of thin. As you can see, there's like a little bit of ghosting. But yeah, so I put all of the stuff that I have in here right now. I have all that there, and then we move to the next page, which is my word count goals. I am at, I don't think I'm at 35. I might be at 35. So I think I'm at 35,000 words for this novel, so I have up to 117,000. I'll make another one of these with more if I get past that. Because my novel goals right now, I wrote this at the beginning of the year, mind you, and I'm starting for 2022. These can just stay here, though. So I wanted to get to 100,000 words, plot and finish the ending, get to know the characters, lay out the outline for the next few novels, make a map of, Lunaria is the city, that these people live in, and I wanted to put the, like, where the streets are, where the houses and buildings are, and then migrate all the information from my old journal, which I think I've already done, and then I can put 2 more goals if I want to. And then these are my character bios, so the character goes here, and then their story goes here, which I made some of them a little bit longer, and I made a little bit more detail for them because some of them are really important to the story, and I need their story to, like, I need to have, like, their origin story, as it were, or their backstory and whatnot, so I wrote all of that stuff here for the most important characters. And this, originally, it's so terribly written, and the handwriting is horrible, because I wrote this on my phone. I was watching TV with my husband, and it just, like, sparked into my mind, so I just started typing away on my phone on Samsung Notes, and I wrote all of this, and then I wrote it in here because I was like, all right, let's see what the actual outline is for this story, where it's going, what's happening, all that. So this is all before Project Red 1. Like, this is all stuff that happens before that. This is where this novel starts, and this is where it ends, and I can't believe I wrote all of that, and just absolutely crazy. I think it would have taken up less space if I didn't write so badly right there, but I think it's fine. Moving on, we have the plot roller coaster here, where there are a lot of different things happening. So I made bullet points and kind of split it up a little bit more so it makes more sense to me of what's happening in each part. Because, like I said, the setup, inciting incident, and rising action, those are longer. And then when we get to the climax, falling action, and resolution, they get a lot shorter. So they probably could have, like, taken up the same page, all of them, but that's fine. And then here, they're not scene ideas. These are my 3 big character questions. And like I said, I wrote a lot more about each one. And then these are questions that I need to write somewhere else for a different thing. But those are questions that I have for my character. And then the next page is my short story ideas. I kind of broke it down into an actual page, and then what's going on in here. And then I have another page just in case. I don't know if I'm going to need it, or if I'm going to end up writing enough on this page to need the next page, but it's there just in case. And then here we have my facts and information page, which the last time I filmed this, I swear I filmed this and I just don't know where it is. It might have just gotten lost when I was moving videos and deleted or something. But this used to be a lot more cluttered and stuff. So I got these tiny sticky notes that the bottom part is the only part that doesn't stick. The rest of this sticks to it. So a lot of these are on top of each other because I don't want them to come off the page, and so like this little thingy here could come off. So this has all of the information that I need for different parts of the novel. So like this character's eyes glows when something's happening. The first blood that Celine has is Damien's, not Xander's, which means he has more, not control over her, but more influence, I guess, than Xander does, because he was her first in a way, because in getting blood and whatnot, because she's half vampire and half human, and she dies from the beast bumps and stuff. But title names, it's hard to tell when she's turning in relation to the Beelzebubs, because the Beelzebubs and turning kind of have very similar effects, and people assume that not both of those things would be happening at the same time. So they just assume she has the Beelzebubs and they're just killing her, which they are, but she's also trying to turn because she had vampire blood and she's dying, so her body's like, it's confused. And then this all goes together. So Celine had a run-in with vampires when she was little, and then one of them almost killed her, but fed her their blood to keep her alive, so she's been like half human vampire for a while, so that's why she has the power she has and stuff. Anyway, so where's the other? Apparently I didn't finish that. Okay, whatever. So the next page would be the story map whenever I get that done. And then this is my July 2021 Camp NaNoWriMo word sprints. I did a lot of 100-word sprints, as you can see. I did a lot of them. I did some regular sprints too, but the 100-word sprints seem to be doing really well for me because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I did like 23 in a day. Sounds pretty crazy. So that's how I kept track of my sprints there. And these are the vampire abilities kind of fleshed out a little bit more of who has what, which I don't know why Damien's at the top and Xander's not, but whatever, I guess. It's fine. I'm very confused, but it's whatever. And then on the next page, we have the witch spells, which I have 2 at the moment because I cannot think of anything else. I think as I write the novel, I'll come up with more of them, but we have 2 for now. And then we have my quotes to add, and I kind of made them look a little bit nicer, and I have another page just in case. And then we get to my favorite part that I worked so hard on. Alright, well, I worked hard on this too, but these are kind of like mood boards for the houses. This is Xander's house, this is Damien's house, this is Vlad's. My page, these things keep bending and it's kind of annoying me. This is Vlad's house, and then this is Celine's house with all the plants. It's so beautiful, I love it. Okay, of course Vlad has a massive house, why wouldn't he? And then this is going to be the plan for House Kills Xander, because that's a very important part of this novel. I need to, like, once I come up with their plan and they come up with their plan, I'm going to write it down here so I have an idea of what the heck is supposed to happen and how I'm supposed to make it not happen. And then this is, why does it look like that? What marker did I use? This is Preptober 2021. Each week, these are the things that were supposed to happen. And there are 5 weeks. I think it technically takes 6 weeks to do it all, but I did 5 weeks because the last one doesn't really matter. And then this is my important dates and deadlines. So November, I was doing pretty good until we got down here and I didn't make as many words as I wanted to. And then in December, I'm going to have a lot of X's on here too because I did not get to 80K. I got to like 35, 40, I don't know. So I didn't even make it to 80K. And then here, I want to be getting to 130K, but we'll see, because I'm definitely not going to get to 90K by, like, the 2nd of January. So, we'll see what happens if I have to rethink some of these word counts and whatnot. And then I hope to be finished with this by here, and then outlining Project Red 2 down in here and writing Project Red 2. We'll see what happens. I think this is the mood board. This is the mood board! It's beautiful. I worked so hard on this. I had to look for photos and stuff and just all kinds of things. And I put them all together. It's very red because it's a vampire novel. And I really like this one. And this one. And the rose that's kind of on fire, like it's an ember or something. And then this one's pretty good too. This one's nice, of them coming together. Pretty cool. But yeah, that's the mood board I made. And then this is what their eyes look like when they turn, like when they're upset or they're trying to feed. And then there's like little cracklies around them. Very cool stuff. And then these are 2 pages. Right? Yes. These are 2 pages, so these are the questions that need to be answered throughout the course of my novel, so I don't forget about them when they actually do get answered, or maybe they get answered in a different novel, but just, you know, keeping track of them. And then questions I have for my characters. What? Hold on a minute. Oh, okay. Questions I have for my characters and the novel itself, and then the questions that have to be answered, so questions I have are here, which may or may not get answered. I don't know. And then these are the new and improved character sheet thing, whatevers. I might write a little bit of information about each character in these like little blank spaces, but I wanted to get a better idea of what they look like. So this is what she looks like when she goes full plant person. And she just studies a lot, and she's in like coffee shops and all this stuff. And then this is Xander here. He likes to read and kind of journals and stuff, but most of this is just kind of what he looks like. And then Damien looks very similar as a child, and then growing up he looked very different. And this is what Vlad looks like, because vampires stay young forever. That's what Elijah looks like. He's a vampire hunter of sorts, and before that he was just a ruthless killer of humans. And then this is Bex. She stays young forever. She looks very cute. And this is her doing some magic there. I did not make any of these. I'm just kind of coming up with an idea of what the heck's happening here. This is what the doctor looks like. This is what the skeleton maid looked like before she became a skeleton, because she died and they wanted to save her. This is what Miss Hargreaves looked like. This is what Viola looks like, because she's supposed to look like a badass. Lamia is just a kid. She looks really cute. This is Xander's parents, who are actually quite terrifying to look at. And then Damien's parents are here. They look very cute. And then these are the K parents. That's actually a dude. And this is a girl. Plant person stuff. And then NaNoWriMo 2021, I made a front page spread and kind of was trying to keep up with the words of its writing. And definitely, I think in week 5 I did actually make it to 50K, but here we are. This is the overview of things I have to do and what time I have left for writing. I color-coded everything for all the important things. And then this is the graph of where I should be and how much I ended up writing in NaNoWriMo. I might make another graph. I don't know. I had a lot of fun making this, but it was really hard to tell like how far I made it on some of these, because these aren't in thousands. These are in like 3 or 1, 6, 6, 7 increments. So putting on the graph where the heck I am would be really difficult. So maybe I'll do it in thousands next time. And then this is the chapter and section tracker, which there are a lot. It says 210 is how high I can go. I just want to keep track of how far I've made it through the novel, which so far, this is up to date actually, I'm on 28. And the next one is, why does this have, is this because it's important or something? I don't know why I put tape on there. I think it's because it's important. Here I have my character appearances and chapters. That's going to be helpful for letting me know how many of these people show up, how many of the like really important characters show up in this novel. The first 4 are the most important, and the rest of them are just like supporting characters that show up quite often. But I have, I think, like 4 pages for the, yeah, there's a lot of pages. Oh my god, these go on forever. Yeah, so they go up to 210 as well, just in case, and then I can put notes here and whatnot as well. But the idea is that I put, so section 1 or chapter 1, Xander shows up, Elijah does. I think Vlad and Damien might show up. I don't remember if he goes to the society in the first chapter or not. I'll have to look and see, but I do need to fill this in for how far I've made it so far, so I need to be up to here with how many people, or which people have showed up, so I do need to get on that. And then this is my NaNoWriMo Sprints tracker, which Yep, these are the sprints. That's all I can say. I have column for the minutes and how many words I wrote, and then each color alternating is different days. So this is one day, this is another one, so and it just goes on forever. So I do like this method more because then I can see how much I'm writing in a day, which is really cool. And this is my December overview with work and therapy and interviews and appointments and stuff like that. I'll probably make another one for January just so I can look at this and see, oh, okay, I have days off here and here and here because Christmas, but, you know, just kind of keeping up with all those things. And then I put little tape on it in different places. And this is the December word count tracker I made, which is very similar to the other one. But since I did it in increments of thousands, I'm able to keep up. I wanted to write 31,000 words this month. Right? Oh, wait, like 32 or 33, but that's fine. Yeah, so I made a graph here, and I actually was able to do this little thingy to keep up with how much I'm writing, because I did it in thousands, because I doubted I was going to write 40,000 words this month, which I didn't. I wrote, so far, 4,000 words I've written. And today I might write more, before and after work, because I'm only working until 8 today, so we'll see how that goes. This is a word sprint tracker, which I didn't really use that much. And then these are the things that are new here. It's just this front page for Hello 2022, just kind of sectioning off the different parts of my novel, or the different parts of this notebook that I'm using. And this is actually, funnily enough, this is about halfway through because this goes up to 154 pages. I'm on 70. We're about halfway through the novel. So this is the Hello 2022. I'm hoping it'll be my best year of writing yet. And then in the last video, I talked about my writing goals, and this is the spread that I made for it. Just 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then what the overall goal is, and then steps to make those goals happen. And I think that's the end of this book, actually. Yeah, the rest of this is blank. I hope to use all of this in 2022 to finish Project Red 1 and start Project Red 2 and get some of these ideas flowing, because Project Red 1 took a lot of notes. Like, most of this notebook and then this one is probably going to be full by the time I'm done. And then I have an entire Word document, and I have notes on Dabble and stuff too. Oh my goodness. It takes a lot to write a novel, y'all. I wish Dabble held all of my notes, but sometimes I really do just need to write things down. So that is my method for writing and keeping everything together. I have 2 notebooks now for this, which I guess I'm going to have to make a stack for. I have a stack of bullet journals right now, of which I am on my fifth one, but I guess I'll have to make a stack for my writing notebooks too. I love the dot grid paper too, because like you can do whatever you want on the pages, where I feel like lined paper makes it a lot harder. So yeah, these 2 notebooks are the ones I've used so far. And let me know how you guys write, what you like to do, if you have a notebook like this, or if there's different things you do and stuff like that. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.